Hi everyone, this is Coach Lay with Magis Athletic Training, presenting Magis Athletic Training presents the Coach's Corner with Coach Lay. Today we're going to go over 5 movements that should be in every single routine that you have. This is what I like to call my FF, my functional 5. Those 5 movements are going to be movements that translate into your everyday living and should be incorporated in every single routine that you perform. So, here we go, let's get started. So our very first exercise is going to be what we would call a push. A push means that you are going to be exerting energy to push a weight away from your body, whether that be a push-up, whether that be a bench press, whether that be a dumbbell overhead press. So let's demonstrate. So here we got 2 dumbbells. We're going to bring those elbows up. Triceps going to be parallel to the floor. From there, we're going to push that weight overhead. Bring it back down. Again, overhead. Pull it back down. Another exercise that would be a demonstration of a push would be a tricep extension where I'm going to be pushing that weight away from the body. So again, we're pushing. So we have our first movement of our functional 5, which is going to be a push. Our next movement is going to be a pull. Traditionally, this would be your exercises such as a pull up, as name indicates. It would be a dumbbell row, or it could be a bicep curl or a lat pull down. So in this particular instance, the weight that we are utilizing, we're going to be pulling that weight from a distance that is away from the body to closer to the body. So again here, I'm pulling that dumbbell up, bringing it closer to the body. So there we have our first 2 movements. We have a push, a pull. Now we're going to a hinge. A hinge means that we are going to be keeping our hips tall, bending over, hinging at the hip, lumbo-pelvic hip region. So here I'm going to turn sideways so that you can have a better view of this. From this position, I'm going to push the hip back, lock my hip in place, and continue the movement, hinging over. So my shins are going to stay parallel to the wall. I'm now hinging over, and I'm coming up, hips stay tall, hinge over, come up. Exercises that are typically in that hinge category would be a RDL, short for Romanian deadlift, or a kettlebell swing. So let me demonstrate a kettlebell swing for you. Typically, I like to start with the kettlebell at my heels so that when I begin to do the movement, the weight will begin to pendulum forward to create the momentum. So again, I'm going to push the hip back from that position. I'm going to complete the movement with hinging over, keeping the chest parallel to the floor, chin parallel to the wall. From there, I'm going to come up, hinge, 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 hinge. So there you have it, a hinging movement. Again, shins parallel to a wall, push the hip back, not down. From that position, hinge over, bring the chest parallel to the floor, depending on the exercise. From there, we're going to go to a squat movement. A squat movement is different from a hinge in that once you move that hip back, you're then going to move the hip down. So here, the beginning part of that movement, again, I'm going to perform a bodyweight squat. I'm going to push that hip back. Now I'm going to push that hip down. Now my hip is now below my knee. I now come up. Now I'm going to push the hip forward. Again, push the hip back, push the hip down. Push the hip up, push the hip forward. So typically, your squatting movements would be like a lunge, a squat, a rear foot elevated split squat, things of that nature. So we have 4 of our movements so far. We have a push, we have a pull, we have a hinge, we have a squat. Now we're going to go to our last movement. That is going to be a carry. A carry can be a dumbbell farmer's carry, it could be a kettlebell farmer's carry, it could be a dumbbell overhead carry. So with the carry, you're just going to hold the weight, and as the name implies, you're going to carry that weight. Again, you could be doing a farmer's carry, you could be doing an overhead carry, or again, you could be doing that with a medicine ball or another piece of equipment. So there you have it, your 5 functional movements. Those are a push, a pull, a hinge, a squat, a carry. Now, if you're working out 3 days a week, I would suggest that you put at least one of those exercises in each day. So that routine that you do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you are going to perform a push, a pull, a hinge, a carry, a squat in every routine. So all 3 days that you work out, you're going to do an exercise from all 5 categories. And then you're going to top that off by doing a compound movement that's going to incorporate all of those movements. So in this case, we're going to do an RDL to a row, to a squat, to a curl, to an overhead press. So here I have 2 dumbbells. I'm going to go to my RDL. I'm going to go to my row. I'm going to come up. I'm going to squat. I'm going to curl. Then I'm going to do an overhead press. So again, RDL, row, come up, squat, curl, overhead press. So the question is, Coach Lay, why do you call those functional movements? Why do you want to make sure that you are efficient, proficient doing those exercises? Functional means that they serve a function in your everyday living. These exercises are designed, or these body movement patterns are designed to make sure that you are able to move efficiently, effectively, and most importantly, pain-free in your everyday living. What is anything different between a RDL, which is a hinging movement, and picking up a bag of groceries? If my bag of groceries is on the floor, I should be able to hinge over and pick them up and put them back down. What is anything different between squatting and having the ability to simply walk over to your couch and sit down, get up. Sit down, get up. What is anything different between having the ability to do a bicep curl and then just being able to pick something up and lift it? So again, guys, these are exercises that I love to incorporate in every routine to make sure that we are able to live our best life. If you guys like the content that I am providing on this channel, please make sure to like, share, and to subscribe. And always live, love, train, matches. Coach Lay.